Okay, I think I'm live. Let me put on my do not disturb. Oof, I'm winded. Sorry. I've been running around for the past 5 minutes. Here we go. Live video, do not disturb. Close your eyes for 1 second. And here we go. I think I've got that. Let me turn on my lights. I'm mostly ready, but not totally ready. I want to welcome you here. Susan, hello, and thank you for sharing. Let me write your name down with your last name. And Susan, you are from Lakeshore of Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin. One summer, we went to the Wisconsin Dells with our kids and had a great time. I don't know if that's close by to you. Hello, Linda, and thank you for sharing. Hello, Donna, welcome here. I'm excited about today's card. I forgot to bring down my water, but I've got my little candies here in case I decide to have a coughing fit, which I've been doing lately. I'm not sick, but for maybe it's just really dry out. Let me just, okay, I'm good. Let me just chat you up here for just a bit. Let me change that. So there's the people that have shared. Hey, Wendy, welcome here. Nice to see you. April tutorial bundles. This is our biggest bundle yet. There are 52 Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from around the world that have taken part in this tutorial bundle. So I'm excited about that. If you place a $65 order with me, hi, Carol, you will receive this via email once I get to it. And I have been sending them incorrectly. So I think I'm kind of getting in the groove of how to do that. So I apologize for those that are still waiting. If you don't want to place a $65 order with me, or if you're from the United States, but you still want the tutorial bundle, what you would do is you would send me an electronic money transfer for $25, and you would just state that you're interested in the April 2023 bundle. I have been doing this for over a year, so you need to state what year you're interested in, and I will get that off to you as well. Carol, thank you for sharing. So that's the tutorial bundles. I am doing, if you're in Canada, I am doing a paper share. And so if you want to take part in my paper share, let me know. If you purchased all the DSP, it would cost you over $290. I'm offering the paper share for only $75. I also have a ribbon share. So if you purchased all of just the new, okay, just the new ribbon, it would cost you over $185, and I'm offering that for $45. Okay, let me do a little bit of showing off. There is a sweet lady who lives in Canada, not too far away from me, actually. I think it's about a 1.5 hour drive from my place. Anyway, Linda, I know you're here. Thank you so much for my cards. Look at this. And you know, the funny thing is, oh, and I should have brought them forward. I'm looking at them. Will you excuse me for one moment? Look at this while you're looking, while you're waiting for me. I kind of giggled when Linda sent me this card, because this is the card that I taught last month using a different DSP. But you know what? The exact same idea. So this is one side of the design paper. This is the other side of the design paper. So Linda, I had a pretty good little giggle when I opened this up, and I thought, how sweet is that? So thank you for that. And she also sent me this, and I thought this was so neat. This is like a little handle, okay, to open up your card. Linda, this is absolutely adorable. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Okay, let's get on to today's card. I know, Donna, they're gorgeous cards. So Susan, Linda, and Carol, thank you for sharing. Oh, and Wendy, Thank you for sharing. And I think that's everyone so far. So do you want to see the card that we're creating today, or do you want this to be a surprise? Majority rules, okay? Let me just get all of this out of the way. Sorry, I don't want to have a coughing fit. Okay, we are going to start with our, let me hide all of this, our card base. You want to see the card. Okay, here you go. Here's the card. So again, I did a little bit of sponging like I did last week. This is the new Cheerful Daisies bundle. I use the rectangle stitch dies, which sadly is retiring. I love that die. I used it here as well. If you don't have that die, it's a must-have in your little bag of tricks. Okay, now when we open up this card, there is a little surprise element. Super easy, super sweet to do. And I want to actually, I'm going to finish this up just a little bit with you. So you're going to start, it's just a standard A2 card. It fits in our regular envelopes and you're good to go. So 8.5 by 11, scored at 4.5. Okay. And what I did was I actually, I blended this a little bit because, and we're going to wait actually. So with this one, you know that trio, did I bring them forward? That trio of dies, the basic 3Ds, there's 3 of them. I don't know where I put them, but this is the one that I used on this card here. Okay, no, I didn't. That part there. Wow, catch your breath, Denise. I can do this. This little soft succulent panel went through this basic embossing folder. See the design? Try to get that glare off of there. This background here was also one of the folders. Oh, I did bring it. I did bring it forward. So this you purchase in a bundle, okay? So this background, I used this folder here. And once I put it down on my card, I hadn't adhered it yet. I realized for me, it was just way too stark. And so I did some blending. This is the other, can't really see it with my fingers because of the design. Look at those polka dots. They're gorgeous. These emboss so beautifully. So I used these two, but they do come in a bundle. And that is part of the online exclusives, okay? Well, hello, Darlene. I hope your earbuds hang in there too. Nice to see you. Okay, so with the second card that I create, let's just change it up just a touch, okay? I want to stay in the same color family, just like I did last week, where the cards were different, but I stayed in the same color. So this is and this is also retiring, the brick and mortar. I can't believe it's retiring. I love this. Hello, Regina. Welcome here. So we're going to take the brick and mortar and we're going to sponge it up just a touch with some Calypso coral, okay? Just to give it a little bit of contrast. And besides, you don't often see, well, no, that's not true. You do see white bricks every now and then, but I'm going to go really lightly. I just want to pull some of that out. I'm going to go heavier in one corner and heavier, get in camera there, and heavier in the other corner, just a bit. I love these embossing folders, Linda. So I'm just pulling up the color. Now, if I wanted to kind of give this a real brick color, I would use Cajun Craze more so than I would use, not Cajun Craze, that's what I'm using. No, I would use Cajun Craze and not Calypso Coral, but I want to stay in the same color family. Okay, so we're just kind of muting the whiteness of these bricks out a little bit. And so when I did my original card, I then laid it against here, and I thought it looked too white for me. So then I decided just to very lightly brush my card base as well. Regina, thank you so much for sharing. Regina is my friend from Germany. And you know what? I need to, oh no, I do have your address because you have won my draw at times. So we're just kind of concentrating on the edges because it doesn't really matter what happens in the middle because it is going to be covered. Oh, Carol, freezing here. A Montana low came through last night. So for those who are not in Winnipeg, just be happy that wherever you are, it's probably more summery than where I am. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Okay, we woke up this morning and the ground was white. I wasn't impressed, but you know what? I need to keep my attitude in check when it comes to the weather because I have no control over that. So you're freezing where you are too, I take it, Carol. Otherwise, you would not have thrown that out. Now, see how this kind of ties in together a little bit better. I want to get darker in some of my corners on purpose. So let's just pull more of this in to the corner. And then I'm going to do the same on the opposite corner. It's snowing again. Okay, I'm downstairs, Wendy, so I don't know what's happening up there or out there. But it's snowing again. And I have a meeting this afternoon in our neighborhood because I'm heading up a barbecue. And so I am just going to go for a walk through the snow. I'll put my boots on and I'll be ready to go. Okay. I like the look of that better. We're going to put that right down on our card. Okay. Here we go. And don't forget to share so I can enter your name for the draw. And it's cold and rainy in Germany. Yeah, we're still fighting to try to get some summer and spring happening where we live. Next week, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to show you something. I have been using this tool a lot. It's called the cat. It's the positioning tool. So I'm going to put my card base and I'm going to make sure that I'm right down in the corner. And I believe this is a 1/4 inch. A 1/4 inch, what am I trying to say? A 1/4 inch measurement that I need. So if I lay that down and I'm just butting the edge of my panel along my 1/4 inch marker, and now I have perfect placement. And I think maybe it wasn't a 1/4 inch. We're going to, no, I can't lift it because it's, maybe I can. I think it was not a 1/4 inch. I apologize. Let's just put it down like so, okay? But that is the cat, and I do love the cat. And I'm going to use it again because this little guy, I want about here. But I want to make sure, now I'm going to Danesville, New York. Is that right? NY, New York? Sorry. And Margaret, thank you so much for sharing. I will, sorry, I want to make sure I spell your name correctly. And it's a B. Thank you very much. So I'm going to exaggerate this a little bit. I want to take this little panel and I want to place it about here, but I want it straight, okay? But the none of my cat pieces are going to work for perfect placement depth-wise here because I want it higher at the top. Hopefully I'm clear. So again, my card base is right in the crook of my cat. And if so there's little grooves, okay? And if I take these grooves and I put them in these standing up legs, let's call it, and I know I want to be a little higher to the top. If I place this about there, and if I lift it, I can have a look-see if I like where that is. So this is the 5/8 of an inch. Let's go a little bit taller. Let's go 7/8 of an inch. So again, I'm going to take the groove and I'm going to put it in my tool. I'm making sure that my card base is nice and tight on my platform. And if I place this about here and hold it down, that's exactly what I want. Okay, so I wanted that depth on that side. So we're going to do this again. Let's get some adhesive back there. If anybody is interested in the cat, Darlene is online right now with us. So again, my card base is tightly positioned in my platform. I take my grooves, I place them on there. I know I don't want to be right down here because I know I want it a little bit taller, but I'm using this edge here on this side. I'm just ignoring that. I'm using this edge here, and I want to be about there from the top, and I'm square. I'm perfectly square. So Margaret, this tool is called a cat. It's a repositioning tool. So when you purchase it, it comes with the platform and it comes with 4 measurements, okay? 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, and 1/2 an inch, okay? And so just depending on where you want your alignment, okay, and the depth that you want or the height, okay? So this is how it comes with the platform and these 4 pieces. This red one and these are called the add-ons, okay? So it's called a CAT, C-A-T, Cheryl's, I forget what it stands for, alignment tool. And the add-on comes with 1 inch, 7/8 of an inch, 5/8 of an inch, and 3/4 of an inch, okay? And I love my cat. When I first got it, it was tucked away behind me, and I thought, I'm never using this, and I love it. And so I brought it out, and it hangs on my lights. I wish I could show you how funny it looks. Anyway, so we've got that down, and I wanted to put dimensionals on that. And now I'm too late because it's down there. I've been talking an awful lot. Okay, we've got our daisies from our Cheerful Daisies. I did not stamp the centers, but I did go ahead and I used my Stamparatus and I stamped them. So when you're using 2-step stamping, what you want to do is your fuller image is the lighter color and the lined image is the darker color. So I used Pale Papaya, Sorry to See You Go, and Calypso Coral. So this was Pale Papaya and this was Calypso Coral, okay? And these daisies are very sweet, but you know what? I did not stamp the centers, so let's get some centers happening on here. And you can tell that I've been playing with these because they're beautifully stained, and I am fine with that. We're going to grab our Calypso Coral because I want my center a little bit deeper. And this little guy goes in here, and it also goes on this one, like so. So sweet. It's such a fun stamp set. Who out there is grabbing this stamp set? Or maybe you already have it. Here's the bigger one. And the placement of this, I'm thinking, I don't know if you can, and I don't know, I could be wrong. I kind of go in a little bit of a V down here. Do you see how there's, and I'm thinking it fits right in there. Yep, I think I'm right. So right in here, there seems to be a little bit of a kind of a divot. And so that's where I placed that one. Okay. And let's put that away right away. If I don't put my little stamps away, they're gone. Yes, I love my cat. Another tool that Darlene also creates is a pressure tool, and that I use for my Stamparatus. Okay, I want this kind of tucked under there, but we're going to snip some of it away. So I'm just making a straight line, and I want to give the illusion, oh, I'm going to be able to tuck it. I want that tucked in there on purpose. I wanted dimensionals on that, but that's okay. So we're going to put a little bit of liquid adhesive, and we're going to tuck that under. And I'm okay if it goes over my panel a little bit. Let's get that out of the way. It doesn't look so nice. Wendy, I think you can buy it now on your demonstrator order. I'm going to tuck that one under as well. If you create a demo order when you go into the ordering drop-down thing on your business portal, you will see that you have a choice of making a demonstrator order, and you can order that ahead of time as a demonstrator, my dear. Let's get some little dimensionals behind this guy here. I thought I had some out, but I guess not. And I bought the whole suite on my pre-order. Now I'm going to need some help. I want that a little bit smaller. So I like to just slice up some of my little shapes so that I get, whoops, come on, a little bit smaller of a piece. Okay. Hey, Ruth, welcome here. You've never done this craft before. Oh my goodness. I teach greeting card making in my home, and I also teach virtually. I've been doing this for 15 years, and yeah, I want to welcome you here. How fun. We're going to place this little guy just about like so, and let's get some Wink of Stella. And let's just, oh, this wink, I don't know what's going on. It is packed full of Wink of Stella. There we go. So I'm just giving that one flower a little bit of glisten, but wow, it just kind of poured out of my brush. We're going to give that a second to dry. So with this card here, I did Praying for Blankets of Healing Around You and Yours. I needed kind of, it's not focusing, I think, because of the gold. This gold, you know what that is? Here's the crazy thing. When I was creating my card, am I going to find another one? I found on my tabletop, where did they go? Because I thought I had left one out. And of course now, Murphy's Law, I can't find it. Oh, there you go. Well, Barb, welcome here now. Welcome here now. I had here we go. I had this envelope on my table, and I know this is crazy, but this is just me. It was like, how do I throw this away? Little strips of gold. Because I thought surely one day it will come in handy. And today was the day. Did this wink dry? Yes, it did. Okay, let's carry on onto the inside of our card. So we're going to open it up and we're going to place this guy right down here. This is using the largest one from the stitched rectangle dies. I'm so sad about this one being retired. I really am. So Ruth, if you don't mind me asking, and please, if you don't want to answer, you do not need to. Are you in Canada? Where are you calling from? Or you can personally message me. I could use my cat to align this, and I failed to do so. But there is my design paper on the inside of my card. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab this guy. So this is 3 inches by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay. This little beauty was also cut from the design paper, as well as using the stitched rectangle dies. You're a friend of Carol's. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, welcome here. And what I always tell my friends is if you share my video and let me know, I will enter your name for a draw. That's what these names are all about on my table. Because at the end of my video, I always draw for a winner. Now, I want to make sure that this is square on my card. We're going to pull out our cat one more time, okay? This is the front of my card. I'm going to go in this way now, and I know that I want this centered here. So I know I want that depth, and I forget which one it is. So we're going to do a taste test. So this is my 5/8 of an inch. So I make sure that my card base is in nice and tight. I get my grooves on there. I'm right in the corner with my card base. If this is where I adhere this down and I remove that, then I get a look and I can see that this is exactly where I want to be. Okay, so we're going to do that again. There's the grooves. We're going to put the grooves where they belong. We're going to get a little bit of adhesive back here. And I am not worried about perfect placement because my cat is going to do it for me. I'm right in the corner, and I'm right in the corner with this little panel as well. And now when I remove my template and my card from my card base, I see that this is perfectly aligned where I want it. Okay. Hi, Shell. Welcome here. And here is a little panel that I also cut with the stitched rectangle dies. And we're going to place that on the inside of our hidden flap. And we are going to eyeball center, or you could use your cat as well. Okay, so there we go. And now all we need to do is our sentiment and our embellishments. So here's where I need your input. There's my little strip of gold that I failed to throw away. I'm going to show you how I did that, if we even use it, like I did on my original card. what sentiment are we going to be using? So this would be a get well. I mean, this card can follow many different sentiments, and there is also some sentiments in the Cheerful Daisies. So you made my day, wishing you the brightest birthday, although I have made a lot of birthday cards lately. Here's where I got my sentiment on my original card: praying for blankets of healing around you and yours. And so I don't want that glare to be there. So if these are one of the sentiments that you would like to see on the card, just let me know. And if I don't hear from someone, I am just going to make an executive decision and do it myself. Now, another thing that I did was I, ahead of time, die cut a bunch of these from the Timeless Arrangement dies, okay? You know how sometimes we have these little sprigs, and then you would put your sentiment right there, and these little sprigs are already doing the work for you, okay? Or you could cut them off, whatever. So we've got those that we could use. We've got our little strip of gold that we could use. And also, these are gorgeous. And I think I might, like, they're so fine. If we stuck, I don't know, what do you think? Should I put one there? I actually don't mind that. I really struggled with this. I did put my bow, and I do like it, and it's not very often I put a bow on there. But anyway, it's just a card, right? It's just a handmade card. So I'm just looking for some help here. You like those last ones. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Shell. You like the leaves, like these guys. Yep, they're cute. They're cute. And I don't know if I'm too late to kind of pop something on here. I don't mind that, but maybe there's too much going on. The one you have on your card now. This guy, the one that I took off the card. Let's stamp our sentiment. Okay? With all the with the delay, so I ask a question, and then 10 seconds later, or actually it's not 10, it's about 20 or 30 seconds later, the response will come through. And then I have the task of trying to remember what I said 30 seconds ago. True story. That's bad. But yes, I love this little sprig. So you know what? We're going to go with that. But let's get a sentiment happening here. What should I do? Nobody has mentioned anything about sentiments. So let's just go for it. And stay strong, my friend. I think I like, or I'm here for you, or you made my day. Let's do you made my day. I like that. And that actually comes from Cheerful Daisies. And I haven't inked that one up yet, so let's do Cheerful Daisies. And I often have strips hanging around my table. And we're going to heat emboss this, but I want this to be Calypso Coral. There we go. So we're going to ink this up using Calypso Coral. There you go. Thanks, Wendy. Great minds think alike. So we're going to ink this up with Calypso Coral, but we're not going to move anything. Going to grab our pressure tool so we get nice, even pressure. And I don't want I don't want anything to move. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I am sticking my bone folder under here because I don't want my paper to move. There you go. You made my day. Perfect. Let's give that a very gentle clean. And then we're going to grab our Versamark and we're going to stamp the same sentiment right down again on top of You Made My Day. Then we're going to grab, and of course, I forgot my Stampin' Buddy, which I do all the time. It's right in front of me. I'm looking right at it. And then we're going to get some clear embossing powder on You Made My Day. Oh, Barb, thank you for sharing earlier. I will add your name. So we're going to give that. Can I do this? Nope, I need 2 hands. I'll do it in a minute. I was giving my gun a chance to warm up here. Let's get that nicely melted. So because I stamped with color first, and then Versamark and clear embossing powder, whatever color I stamped first, that's what comes through, okay? And I do that a lot. So there it is. See how now it kind of has dimension, or it just pops a little bit more. I got to come over one of the... Yes, Wendy, come anytime. Come anytime. Just let's tee that up. Let's make a point of that. And I have something for you anyway. So come. Let's take that off before we lose it. Not that I've ever done that. Has anybody ever lost a stamp or one of your items in your stamp? I try so hard to be the clean as you go person, and it just does not happen in my world. Let's see if, actually, you know what? Rather than using the stitched rectangle dies, because I'm sure I could find one that fits, let's use the Timeless Elements. I think, nope, it's not going to fit. Okay, change plans, and that's not going to fit. We're going to use the stitched rectangles. So we're going to put that down. I've got a little piece of my tape here, and I'm going to grab my mini cut and emboss. Let's put that down so it doesn't move anywhere. Let's grab our mini. For those that have a mini, if you're having a hard time with it, let me give you a little clue. Okay, you've got your base plate, you've got your number 2. You want to bring your number 2 in just a little. Then you're going to put your element that you're wanting to cut, and then your other number 2 is going to go over it just a smidge. So you've kind of created the letter E. Do you see that? How the center one is down further. And let's run that through. So you want them staggered. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. That'll work too. I just oftentimes have so many stamp sets out, and it just saves me having to hunt around to see where things fit. So I try really, really hard. Sorry for all the cracking and the noise. Let's just put that aside. We're going to put dimensionals down on this. But you know what? Before we do, let's finish this up. I know I want this tucked in like so, and I like that. So let's get a little bit of adhesive. You can use your adhesive sheets, but I knew that I wanted this kind of free and flowing, so I didn't. And so down that goes. Now, here we go. I need some help. Oh, Ruth, that is okay. It's lovely that you're even here on a work day. So we can do something like that. I'm not feeling that because I think it's probably going the wrong way. It needs to be green on green. So we can do something like that, or this, or another thing that you can do is you can even cut these and bring them even closer. Not that I'm going to necessarily use this, but I just want to show you how you could do it this way. Pull that in like so, okay? That's actually kind of cute. And we could still do a strip of gold. So thoughts, we're not going to do, I don't think we're going to do a ribbon on this one, but I will show you my ribbon maker. So thoughts about this. Do we like this? I'm kind of not minding it because I don't know that I want the same sprig as here. I'm liking the difference and I'm not minding this. So while you're thinking on that, what I want to do on the inside of my first card is I want to decorate the front just a bit. Oh, I put my dots away. And I need my dots. Let's grab this little dot and grab the big one because I'm going to need the big one again. And we're going to use Calypso Coral. And with the gold, you don't care for the gold. Okay. So it would be more like this without the gold. So we're going to stamp the center of that little flower and this little one. Let's get our big guy on here. Take that off so I can see what I'm doing. And stamp. So we're going to go without the gold on this one because then it's different as well. Whoops, I think I missed my center. I totally missed my center. I hope I didn't mess that up now. We'll see. With the gold, without the gold. Da, 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 da. Well, you know what? Ruth is our newest person here. So you know what? I'm going to go with Ruth because the other one has the gold. So I'm liking that so far. Okay. We're going to add just right there, and I'm just going to use my liquid glue. And Wendy wants with the gold. Well, hun, there's one with the gold already. So let's just put that right down there, just so that there's a little something, okay, on the inside of our hidden flap, okay? And you could take the time to stamp a flower, on the inside, but I'm not going to today. Let's put this together. And we're going to go without the gold, and then we're going to put some embellishments on it. So the first thing I want to do, because I think I'm kind of liking this, I'm going to put a little strip of adhesive on here. I love working on my silicone mat, like so. And then adhesive on there. And let's put that down. Give it a smidge to dry. I'm liking it. We're going to put dimensionals behind our little panel. Now, when I did the strip of gold, what I did was I laid the strip of gold right down against this. I made sure that I was nice and tight. and I held it and I put my dimensional right over it so that I caught a piece of the gold as well as my sentiment panel. And that's how I adhered the gold. So there was no glue there at all. Let's put one right here. Okay, we're going to remove that backing. Did anyone, oh, Barb, I didn't write your name. And you know what? I think Kathy had also shared. Do I want, okay, here's another question. Do I want a space? I don't think I do. And do I want, I don't think I want it even. I think I want it offset. Before I put that down, just holler out. Okay, so Barb, thank you for sharing. And Kathy, I don't think you made it here, but I know you shared a few days ago. So Kathy, thank you for sharing. Okay. So are we, is this going even with that, which I personally don't think so. I think it needs to be offset a bit. Do we want space? Do we want it down here? Or do we want it closer to our little panel? Okay. So if you want to let me know, and I am going to find some gems while we're waiting on that. And I think I tucked them in here. These are retiring. These are the 2001, 2003 in color opals. You know what? They might even be retired from previous, but there was soft succulent in there and I wanted to use it. Now, when I create my bows, this is my bow maker, okay? Offset and space, okay? So here's my bow maker. And when I made this bow, you can't really tell, but it's actually a double bow. I'm just going to do a single because you can't really see it anyway. I keep all of my ribbon on my roll, so I have no waste. I am going to cross under and pick it up and bring it forward, and then I make my wee knot. I swing that around. Whoops. My girlfriend Shell, and she was on here. I don't know if she's still here. Her husband created this. And then I give it a little tight tug. This is the back side, and this is the front. And so then if I take my nice big beautiful scissors from Stampin' Up that they don't sell anymore, and I wish they would. I love my bow maker, Susan, and so I would just put a glue dot behind, and there's my little bow. Isn't that sweet? I don't think I need a bow on this card, but if I do, we've got it. And Wendy, I got my bow maker from my friend Shell, and I actually have one left for sale. Otherwise, you would have to ask Shell if he is still creating them. But Wendy, I have one left. And if you want it, I will put your name on it. Okay, so I think the vote was to have it offset and a little bit of space. So that is down. My bow is made, but I have a feeling that I don't need the bow, but I need gems. Okay, so we're gonna take the bow away unless somebody says, yes, I want the bow. We're gonna put a big guy there and a little guy close by and another little guy right down. Where do I want this guy? Do I want it on the green or do I want it on the white? I think I like it on the white. But there's a lot of space there, which is what I was struggling with the last time. And that now is too much for me. It's just too much. So do I want this here instead? It doesn't really matter. I think I love it wherever. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I know Angela from Vancouver. I actually know her personally. She's a lovely lady. So here is the card front. Here is our hidden flap. Let's put a little flower on there. And then our card is done. No bow. I agree, Donna. I agree. It was just getting to be too much. And so for those that shared, let me call your names out and let me know if I have missed you. Margaret, Regina, Wendy, Carol, Linda, Susan, Barb, and Kathy. There you go. So there is our completed card. And, whoops, and there is the first one that I did. Okay. Card 1 and card 2. Did anybody else share? I don't think so. I think I've got everyone. Let's move the bow because the bow has nothing to do with this. There we go. We winked just the one flower. Okay. Thanks, Regina. So Susan B, Linda K, Carol S, Wendy Z or Z, Regina, Margaret B, thanks Linda, Kathy P, and Barb M. Okay, so those are all of my names. And let me grab my little bucket. There's the brick and mortar. Sad to see you go, my friend. We're going to put these in my little bucket. Give it a shake. Oh, Ruth, you know what? The beautiful paper and the beautiful stamps are what did the work. But thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Okay, Ruth, did you share? I don't think so. I don't want to miss anybody's name. Carol, I called you. I think we're good. I think we're good. And I've got one name in my hand. I've got one name. Ruth had to leave. Okay. And the winner today is Kathy P. Okay, so Kathy, I will set aside a card for you because I don't think you made it here. And I will find out which one you want, and I will be sure that that is ready for you. So, Wendy, I have something for you, and I also have the bow maker. I will pull it off my shelf, and I will make sure that it is ready for you. So anytime you want to come over, I am leaving the house in about 45 minutes because I have a meeting. I will be home at 4 o'clock or shortly thereafter. Tomorrow, I'm out for a good part of the day. Actually, tomorrow doesn't work, and then we're gone for the weekend. So kind of like tonight's kind of like your last chance if you want to catch it before the weekend. So Wendy, be in touch. And ladies, thank you so much for popping in and joining me today. I will not be here next week. We are going to Vancouver, and I just want to spend quality time with our family. So I am taking 1 week off. I will see you in May, which hopefully, Carol, it'll be a little nicer out. But I want to thank you all so much for popping in today, and we'll see you later. God bless. Bye now.